If you're like me, you love some red beans and rice. But as a parent with limited time, cooking can be a hassle without a plan. So I found an Instapot red beans and rice recipe on the Amy and Jackie website. There's a link in the description below, so go check them out. Enough talking, let's get started. Here are the ingredients. 1 pound of dried red kidney beans. 1 pound of smoked pork hocks. I like smoked neck bones a little bit better, so that's what I'm going to use, but hey, you do what you want. 1 pound of andouille sausages or kielbasa sausages. I'm using some Eckrich, some good old down on the farm sausage. It was just a little bit cheaper in the family pack, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. 4 cups of chicken stock, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil or olive oil, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 6 cloves of garlic minced. I used some that came in a container. 1 green bell pepper diced, 1 rib of celery, diced, 1 medium onion diced, 3 bay leaves, half a teaspoon of dried thyme, half a teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and half or up to 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, cilantro, and some rice, and we'll go ahead and cook that later. Cooking instructions. Soak your beans. For the overnight soaking method, place 1 pound of kidney beans and 1.5 teaspoons of salt in a large bowl. Pour in 6 cups of cold water and give it a few stirs. Soak the beans overnight for about 8 to 16 hours. When done, rinse the beans under cold running water and drain it well before cooking. Sauté the sausages. Take off the lid and press the saute button on the Instapot and press it until you reach the more section or more function. Wait a few minutes until it says hot first. Add your oil and the sliced sausages and saute them for about 4 minutes. Now let's saute the other stuff. Add the diced onions, bell pepper, and celery and toss them in the pot. Saute and stir them together for about 3 minutes. Add the minced garlic, bay leaves, thyme, oregano, smoked paprika, and cayenne pepper. Careful with the cayenne pepper, so adjust accordingly to your spice specification and then saute for another minute. Man, if the smells coming off of this is totally ridiculous. I wish you could smell it. Deglazing and adding more ingredients. Go ahead and pour half a cup of the chicken stock into the pot. Slowly start scrubbing the brown bits around the bottom of the pot. Add in the soy sauce and mix it in. Time to add the beans and meat. Push all the ingredients to one side. Then add the red kidney beans to the other side. Mix it all together. Pour the rest of the chicken stock in and make sure that the beans are all the way submerged. Add in the smoked neck bones or whatever meat you chose to use. I had to cut and tear the neck bones into smaller pieces just to make sure that it would be able to fit and that everything is all submerged as well. Well, mine's not quite submerged, but oh well, it still came out good. Let's get the pressure cooking. Put the lid on, make sure that it's secure, and put the venting top into the sealing position. Click the pressure cooker option at high pressure and set for 20 minutes. While the food gets up to steam and cooks, it's a good time to start making that rice. I like to use my big old stainless steel pot to make a big old pot of rice. We're going to do a natural release, but always be careful because the steam will come out very, very hot and very, very fast. There's a lot of starch coming out with the steam because of the beans. So sometimes I may droop a rag or a towel over it just to make sure that that starch doesn't get everywhere. And trust me, it definitely will. Open the lid very carefully, separating the meat and the bay leaves. The recipe states that if it looks a little watery initially, that is perfectly fine. We'll be able to thicken up the sauce a little later. I removed the meat so that it's easier to remove the bay leaves. In a large bowl, start shredding the meat. Put the pot on the saute function to bring the beans to a simmer. This will start to thicken up the sauce. Put the meat back in, stir it up, and taste it just to ensure that it's seasoned to your liking. Time to get served. Add some rice to a serving bowl, then add the red beans and sausage to the other side. You can add some optional cilantro for garnish. I guess I could have chopped it up a little bit better, but taste it and enjoy. Thumbs up for me. In my next videos, I'll be making some homemade granola and some corn ribs. So subscribe and click the bell so that I can notify you whenever they drop. Also, I'm going to be doing a top 3 recipe ranking after each meal that I make, so stay tuned.